Okay, let's chat about the watcher. This is often a stage people get stuck at when they're training. In the beginning of any meditative process, because we're looking at finding some sovereignty from our habits, there is this push towards observation. What are you observing? Who's observing that? Who's observing that? I feel this. Well, who feels that? What feels that? And this is all done to essentially break the identity that's holding those habits in place and allowing the mind and the identity to expand and become something greater and less localized and locked in to specific habits of mind or of emotion, etc., etc. Now, one place that people often reach is this robot-like stage, I call it, where you're not really engaging in any experience, you're watching. You've overdone the watcher at that point, and it actually starts to be a detraction from the path because you aren't actually present. You're observing the past, right? If you are obsessed with sensation of the body, then you're having a conversation with somebody and you're observing yourself, which is a peculiar thing. All your interactions with other people become you observing yourself, which is it's a really funny, I mean, I think it's hilarious. As you're working spiritually, you almost become more and more and more self-absorbed, which is necessary so that you can then break through to the next stage. So we want to be aware of this. And if you're doing a lot of this type of training, you'll reach, oh, I keep giving myself splinters. You'll reach a point where you notice this fragmentation, that you don't really feel the fullness of the moment, the fullness of life. And this is because of, we could say, habitual awareness on, in this example, sensation, right? The equivalent would be, let's say your object in the beginning of meditation is a mandala or something. And everywhere you go, you are visualizing your mandala as a point of reference. Well, how much of you is seeing what's there? This is the same in terms of perception and feeling. So once you develop this capacity enough, this is done so that you can actually engage in the moment with all of that awareness, with all of that perception. So in an interaction, you are not just observing sensation, but you're interacting with sensation of the moment. You are even more of the moment, not less of the moment. Okay, and this is a really, really, really common barrier. So we want to become aware of this. And this is why I'm always talking about sovereignty and unity. You develop through the watcher sovereignty from your habits. And then we have to learn to engage, to unify with the moment that we are in. And this has some really nice benefits, the more familiar we get with it, so that you're not freaking out in relation to blockages of expectation, etc. Something happens, and you go, oh, there's a thing happening, and then you act, right? Just a couple days ago, I was on the highway, and I heard a weird noise, and I felt my van starting to fishtail a little bit, and I go, okay, what could that be, right? Hands on the wheel a little tighter. Is it wind? No. Then a light comes up, boing, oh, it's a flat tire, okay. Where can I pull over? There's, trucks and 18-wheelers zipping by at 100 kilometers an hour, and so you just calmly, and then you can handle things okay, as a minor example, right? Now, the more surprising things are, the more easy it is for those situations to get underneath your training and suddenly bounce your training out of the window, right? So we want to be cognizant of that surprise is one of the easiest ways to lose our stuff. If you know something's coming, then you can see that wave as it starts to get to you, and you can figure out how to get under the wave and surf it or whatever, right? If you don't see it, then it's more likely it's gonna crush you and you'll have a reflective type of response. Okay? So, because of that, through awareness, say through a lot of practice in that state of the watcher, you can start to observe patterns as they start to arise and fall away. And this can help you see further and further and further into causation, right? And through seeing into causation, this can allow you to be more and more free from the impacts or the effects of causation, right? Until you can become at one with causation, right? And at this point, you are contributing and a part of, I guess we could say like samsara maybe, but also like you're equally as much a part of that as you are the underbelly of it through that emptiness. So anyway, point being, when you reach this stage where you feel like you're becoming a robot, it is time to begin to engage with the full scope of your awareness, right? With the full scope of your being, not losing, we could say losing yourself. In a sense you do, but this has to be done once a lot of the like pathological habits have been mostly sorted out. Because if we start unifying with our BS, then you end up like punching somebody in front of you and going, oh, that was just a divine expression of the true representation of the moment. You know, maybe, but also more likely, maybe, you know, you have some stuff to work out. So be aware of this, okay? And find the distinction between observing yourself and merging with the moment that you are in. Okay, hope you enjoyed this and found this helpful. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in training, I have a retreat coming up here, June 2025 in British Columbia, Canada. This will be in Powell River. Lots of fun, level 1 and 2 initiation. And this is 16 days total. We're going to go through a lot of really, really deep stuff. There's a lot of profound transformation. And so we want to make sure that anyone attending is really invested in spiritual growth and the liberative path, dissolution of ourselves, our habits, etc. There's also online courses on the website. You can check those out, and I do offer private training via video call online as well. All right, thanks a lot. Take care.